just south of Franklin Island. So we're probably going to, I'm guessing we're going to go this way off the end of Harbor and Black and out to Old Hump Ledge, which looks bigger on the chart than it seems, especially at high tide when we get there. But that's where we're going. Franklin Island is there. Eastern Egg Rock is right here. It's very different here than what we see elsewhere. It's all black basalt. At least a lot of it is. There's probably more to it than that. There's an eagle up on top of it. That may be why there's no cormorants on it. Got another eagle up on top.
We'll come back and do that if we need to.
Up here is where the first double-crested cormorants bred in Maine.
Wow.
So probably deserves a plaque of some sort, but at least a mention of it. And we'll check that out to see whether there's any remnants. One of the issues these days is bald eagles, and that eagle is a great example of it. They like to sit on high perches, so I mean this island is one of the higher spots in the bay, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's not unusual. Though a week ago we came by and there was, the whole south side was covered in cormorants, including a great cormorant, which is a state threatened species now. Anyways, we'll know if they nest there when we see the remains of their nesting burrows. The other birds that breed here used to be herring and great black-backed gulls. Evidence here that gulls still roost here, feed on crabs, which is an important part of their diet. So they pick them apart, and they often have a favorite spot where they return to, and they'll be littered with crabs. These droppings here, though, look more like goose or something.
Geese, yeah.
Anybody else want to weigh in on?
I'd say geese.
on those more turfy-like droppings? But they wouldn't be doing this. So I think there's really both geese and the fact it's cropped down might also be evidence of geese. They tend to graze the vegetation and they turn it into these. That's really plant matter mostly. So here's more goose droppings there. Brants during migration often stop here too, a migratory species. So some plants. Interesting, conspicuous absence of wild radish. We sometimes wonder whether we have carried wild radish from island to island in our boots. We don't come here very often, so maybe
next year.
Next year? Put your boots off your boots?
Yeah.
Well,
you look at areas on the island.
Lots of the native seaside goldenrod here. I don't see any of the native Astra. Yarrow is represented here. This is wild rye, an introduced plant. Deadly nightshade, yarrow, deadly nightshade, purple. Soil here is highly variable. I brought this trowel along, hard to dig. It's deeper in here than that, which is potentially deep enough for petrels to burrow into. So we brought some wood along. After we do a survey, we'll decide what to do with the wood. The idea was to put it around, prop it up as best we can, to let just a little crack under it. We can do a little hand digging with the trawl, a little starch for burrows, and maybe if we can find some loose rocks, a rock on top of it to weight them down. The best spot for a petrel board will be near an existing petrel burrow. It's because petrels are colonial and they like to nest near each other, and if there is a petrel burrow, they will be singing at night. Sue, would you imitate a petrel singing? And then that's the flight call. And then they do the underground burrow song. That's our famous petrel duet. We only do that on petrel nesting islands, unless we're bribed otherwise. So, anyways, congratulations. You made it onto Old Hump Ledge, which is a life island for most of you. Only in this group, Sue and I and Pete have been here before. So, even Eric can do all of them. Congratulations.
Yay!
Yeah. So, we want to make best use of our time. And again, 1979, Richard Podolsky, a former intern of mine, and I were starting a project, trying to see if we could start a storm petrel colony. And no one had ever done it before, and the idea was to use social attraction. The idea was to play sound recordings from speakers.
Juvenile sparrow.
A special little Cornell-developed device, little tubes. The petrels would go in and they break an ultraviolet light, or they break an ultraviolet beam, and it would ring up little digital numbers. And we thought that was really cool until we realized our handheld walkie-talkies were like triggering them off. So every time we sent a little electronic signal, the numbers would go flying. So it didn't work too well. But Richard stayed out here at night camping and watched the petrels coming in. And this is the box. It's still here since 1979, or at least the top of it is. And interesting enough too, this box was sitting level at the time, but frost heaving of the soil up and down and probably decomposition has affected the integrity of the box. But we'll take a look at it and we'll open it up and see.
Any petrels?
See what's inside. This is a...
Watch for snakes.
Oh no, we want them.
Come on around if you want to see this in real time. This box has not been opened since about 1981.
Okay.
Whoa.
What do you think is in there?
Flies.
Judging by what's on the outside? Oh my God.
Oh, feathers? Or
Eider. Eider used this as a nest box.
oh.
That is so cool.
Whoa.
That is
Oh
so
my
cool.
gosh.
It has been repurposed by an eider for nesting. This is also cool because eiders nest under things. And in Iceland, they build actually boxes next to each other with individual rows about that far apart, except without any roof at all. That's an eider nest. That's actual eider down.
Wow.
Wow. Here, feel a little bit. And it's very dry. What a cozy nest they had in here. Of course, they only use it 1 year.
Warm.
But apparently it worked.
warm.
There's no eggs in there. So that's the first time we've ever had a petrel nest under an eider.
Smile as I come around.
Oh, not that one. Okay. Yeah, I know. There's not another boat for that.
Hi, Sue. And is Sue? How do you say your last name?
Are we videoing?
We'll be back. Everybody is supposed to yell. We'll be back next week. The website.
Okay,
Old Hump Ledge.
and rowing is what's your nickname? Seabird Sue is rowing away.
Leaving them on the island.
Yeah.
Bill is all the way back to
Uh-oh.